Good morning, you guys. It's one chilly day. This is Sunday morning. I doesn't even see how cold it is. I probably should, but it's certainly cold. It's really cold. I've got my plants up here underneath a sun lamp of some kind. My little starters, trying to keep them alive. See them over here. See, see all that? Trying to keep them alive. Those bigger plants are watermelon plants. Listen, you guys. I don't have a lot to tell you right now. I've just been working. But it came to me what a grievous head wound is today. I've only been awake for so many minutes, and I've been listening to this guy called Face Like the Sun, reading from Genesis and these stuff like that. You know, when they talk about us all being one language at one time, this is that idea that, at one time our brains were connected together, mother and father both, Adam and Eve. This energy of the Elohim was one. Something happened, and of course we want to say, let's blame it on the woman because she tricked man. But you'll see that in our Bible there's two sets of women. There's the one that is barren, right? Means she can't have children, or for whatever reason she hadn't had children until God gives her a child. And it's also because the father never tried the husband, because he's not allowed. There's something between those two seeds. So the other woman in the Bible is the harlot, is the person who, well, let's say it like this: the girls of our Bible, we have the mother of us all, and we also have uh, what would be considered the damsel or the daughters of Jerusalem. All right. Jerusalem it's about our mind. It's not about anything on earth. It's about the right side of our brain. And now when your brain is working in its fullest capacity, then mother and father, the right and left sides of the brain, are working together as one for you. This is a wonderful situation where you, along with your wife or your damsel, this other side of you, and it also could be Aaron. Aaron is this other side of Moses. It could be Solomon. Solomon is the other side of King David. You see that sometimes the woman is into place with someone as Jesus. Jesus represents the way, which is the works. He teaches us of the works. He teaches us of the female energy inside our body. Now, alone, if you can remember now, even like Jacob has all of these wonderful children through the maids and concubines and stuff like that. That's the left side of the brain having sex with itself. Now, that's male on male. That's where you get the homosexual business. Um, Also, the idea of taking on religion, the outside girl, she becomes the whore in these books. She's always the whore because she's a substitute for the real female. So we'll find that, your mind, when you're on God, when you're cooking with God, then she's very present in your life. This woman, this female, this entity. But when this woman is not in your life, you're a non believer, you're a believer. So, see, I put them both in there because both of those are going the wrong way. Neither of them have this female working for them in their mind. So she's absent. This represents a grievous head wound, okay? And it can be healed. It can be healed. And that's that idea that as soon as you do hook up, that grievous head wound is healed. But left to go on, this whore becomes a monster, and through dogma, she destroys you. You're dead. This becomes this what it means to be dead in Christ, to be dead spiritually. This is why it's a grievous head wound, right? Because, you know, you haven't got God in you. This is what we've been talking about this last few weeks, last week or so. It's this idea of death and coming alive in Christ, and this idea that, everyone says, I believe in Christ, I believe in Christ, so I'm automatically alive and I'm automatically saved and stuff like that. Nope. You have to do the works. You can't just have your faith, you know, and think that this thing is connected, because no, the faith does not connect you. The book tells you clearly that you're not connected to God, that you're in slumber, and until you wake up from all this slumber, you're going to be in slumber, and that's a death. That's a death sentence until you learn how to live. And that learning how to live is learning how to sow your seed correctly so that you can get this child, this little plant to grow inside of you and create this tree that you go to for meat, which is your substance. All right. And without the proper substance, without the right watering situation, then you're going to be in the bitter water and you're going to be dry all the time. And all that means is that you're in hell. You're going to be constantly thirsty for the truth and you'll never get it, But here I am, I'm giving people a lot of truth. This is how it works. All right. And the way we look at that, when we listen to those people, I can tell you the truth, and then it becomes a lie to them because they don't believe it. I'm not used to telling them the lies, but if I was to tell them that God loved them and that all they had to do was believe in him and they could be saved, that's a lie that most people believe. But anyways, that's the grievous head wound. Just wanted to come in and try to talk to you a little bit about that. The symbolism it's like a puzzle. It's stuck together really good. You can't force this puzzle into that one and this one into that one and make it fit. There's hardly anything, if I've done anything, and maybe interpret one or two, let's just not bring numbers into it, but it has to do with, what does that symbol mean? All right. So I may be able to get a symbol or something like that, maybe a one off or something like that. But it does not stop. It does not take away the message of going inside, trying to seek this heaven, knocking on this door and having it open. It doesn't change that one bit. It doesn't change it one bit. So, I could skip, I could misplace, I could lose one or two little words in a sentence or something like that. But my goodness, you guys, it still winds up being the same message that is told to us on the inside. And that is to seek God from inside you, and everything will be just fine. You don't need to get hung up on all this garbage. But you have to realize we are born into this world to learn. We have to go through hell before we get through heaven. All right. And there's no place else that I can see right now that I have learned about that there's any other place for us to go. I've been listening to the Tao, Tao, or the Dao, however you would say it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do it again today. I'm going to commit it somehow to memory, but it's so long. But after I go over and over and over and over again, it's okay. But Tao, or the Tao, is what we call God, all right? And you shouldn't get all upset about the word God, whether it be, it's just a direction like over there, all right, which is a shame, because basically God is just a title, and we made that name up. They're taking that away from them because God sounds one, all right, whereas Elohim tells you it's two, but God is two. So it's another thing where, let's fuck them up. Let's throw something in there and become some kind of a stumbling block. And all of these are stumbling blocks. If you don't recognize that Jesus built his ministry off of stone. That even Petra, or Peter represents the stone that he builds his church off. Petra, Peter, the stone. All right, not a church. None of this. None of the, where does it say in there, give your money to the church? Not one thing. All it says is give it to God. Give that 10% to God. He's wanting you to give 10% of you. Doesn't want any money. Another trick. Oh, but the believers got to believe this, because they believe in what they see. And the Bible tells you got to believe in what you don't see. That's the way it is. It's just, you're either inside or out. And if you're outside, you're dead, And if you're in my group here, in my little business, you're an outsider looking to become an insider. Once you believe it, once you trust yourself, once you believe in yourself, once you take some control over yourself, then it'll come into you and you'll lose that grievous head wound of yours. Anyways, come alive, you guys. It's early in the morning. Time to wake, rise, and shine. And best to you guys. I love you. See you.